Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty unique card that you probably saw in the thumbnail, but we're going to be trying Hero of the Dunes. This is a very original card and different. You don't see it much, but we are going to be playing some Orzhov Tokens, and this fits perfectly with that because it pumps all the tokens and it gets something back out of our graveyard. But let's go take a look at what the rest of the deck list looks like that we're going to try to battle on the ladder with today. Right, as always, I want to give thanks to all of you that have either bought merchandise or even hit that join button below and supported the channel. Really helps out a lot because I have a couple of really crazy projects that are coming up. Hopefully Wizards approves one of them. But yeah, some good stuff to look forward to in coming up probably in March and April if things go right. But that being said, if you want to protect all your stuff, check out our sponsor over at ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. They'll save you 5% at checkout. Okay, so I'm going to play a lot of tokens here. Like, no surprise, but we're also playing some big crazy cards on the upper end. So we're going to go with 4 Resolute Reinforcements because obviously tokens. Then we're going to play 2 Go for the Throat, 2 Infernal Grass. We're going to try 2 Jadar. I don't know if it's too cute or not, but getting recurring tokens with some of the stuff in the deck could be pretty good. Then we've got 3 Ellis Ill Core because we can gain life, we can drain the opponents. I would argue that maybe we could get away with the 4th one of these, but I don't know yet, so we're going to see. We're playing 2 Rite of Oblivion because if we have tokens, we have things to sacrifice, which again, Jadar sort of helps out with. We have 2 Adeline because making tokens, right? Wedding Announcement for 4. We've got 3 Gix. And I don't know how good Gix is here, but we're going to be able to gain some amount of life, and just being able to attack with some of the tokens that get through could help us find our key cards. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope it works out right. Then we're going to go with a couple of Kaya Geist Hunter because, well, being able to double up our tokens could be pretty awesome. So we'll see how that goes. Then we have 1 Sarah Paragon just to replay all those things out of our graveyard. 2 Wandering Emperor because it does make tokens, but it's another removal card of sorts. 3 Rabble Rousing because, well, Ellis Ill Core does a lot of things whenever you're getting a bunch of tokens. And honestly, we do have some at least reasonably big hits here when you start talking about stuff like the Sarah Redeemer. Now, Sarah Redeemer with Rabble Rousing is like a double combo, because once you get this into play, every token comes in with +2/+2, as long as they are 2 or less. That is something that the Hero of the Dunes could cause a problem with sometimes with the Wedding Announcement, but we don't really care. If they're already going to be 3 power, then that's fine too, right? So we're not that worried about it either way. But we are playing 2 Hero of the Dunes to go along with that 1 Sarah Redeemer. Lands, we have 1 Iganjo, 10 Plains, 6 Swamps, 1 Takenuma, 4 Caves of Korlos, and 4 Shattered Sanctum. So we're not doing anything too surprising there. But we're going to go play some games. Definitely catch up with me at the end of the video because I have no doubt this is not going to be the final version. But you know what? We're going to play some games, see what happens, and then I'll catch up with you on the back end and we'll talk about some updates. So y'all go have some fun. All right, let's keep it. Let's see what we can do with this. All right, well, hopefully no fading hopes. Alright, so we at least stuck the landing on that for the time being. That's nice. Always nice getting an early creature down against mono blue. That's almost always the best situation. In the turn. Alright, we'll get some more things down. And then this is just kind of the script for beating mono blue. It's just, even if they're small threats, just get a bunch of them out there, put pressure on them early, and then they're not able to sit back, counter everything. They kind of have to aggressively play their Serpents, aggressively play their Haughty Djinns. Especially if you have a hand where you have a couple of removal, which we do, which is kind of nice. Actually, that helps out a bunch, believe it or not. And we're just going to attack. Alright, end the turn. Alright, we'll get a Wandering Emperor. Make a Deuter. Plus, even here, getting this incremental life can keep our life total high enough that even a Haughty Djinn isn't going to be enough by itself. Best thing is, they can't counter the Iganjo. Yeah, they're dead. Alright, let's keep it. Bah. Alright, pass. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like we're getting toward the end of the season. We're seeing so much mono black and mono red. Like, I literally concede a lot of games to those that y'all never see just because, like, I'm sure that's not as entertaining for y'all, which is very disappointing, but tis what it is. All right, we'll play this. This probably gets killed. You're not. Oh, because you have a cut down. I was like, you're not going to kill Gix, or kill that instead of Gix, but that's good. That says they don't have a better removal card, or at least not a 2-mana one. Could have one here. Nope. Alright, I mean, that's a real size body. That is something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and just go with this, though. And we'll just pass. The opponent can sit on that. Would you like to kill our Gix, friend? Nah, you probably just play a Shieldred. Nope, you finally found something for Gix. Congratulations. And something for our Ellis? I was going to say, dang. Alright. Let's see if you got more removal. Looks like they do. They're going to kill Ellis? Alright. Well, I guess we just try to kill the Flesh Gorger then. Because we got nothing else going on here. Now the sad part is, as much as I want to play this, as soon as they play their land and Invoke Despair, we'd have been really sad here. But it looks like they don't have it. But it would have been really rough to just lose that to an Invoke Despair. I was not prepared to do that. Their hand might just be a pile of other removal, though. Who knows? Alright. Maybe we can find a wedding announcement or something? Yeah, Infernal Grasp. And that's a card, I guess. Alright. I mean, we're getting hit with Invoke Despair. Like, there's no way around that, I'm pretty certain. No, Gix. Alright. That's not too bad. I mean, that could have been worse. Come on, deck. There's a pile of cards we can draw here. Alright, that's a start. That's a start. And then we get a bunch of bonuses on things, and like, alright. Now we're talking. And we still got some quality removal cards in hand, so that's a little something. It's not going to get us out of the woods by any stretch, but it's a start. And even if they kill our Hero of the Dunes, we at least got our counters on our other creatures to make them big enough from the Redeemer. Alright. Fair enough. You have a Flesh Gorger. If you will attack, I will make some trades, opponent. I am in that business. Okay, now this is where we probably want to hold on to this land, just because it equates to a discard spell for the Trespasser. I'm just thinking if I want to attack with all these ground pounders here, since the opponent didn't appear to have a remove, but they could still block with their land. I don't think they'd really want to, though, but sure. Attack here. And I think I will just go ahead and target this. Just get that out the way now. I mean, who knows? They probably have one of those silly cards that, like, when it dies, comes back into play with the +1/+1. Okay, they don't. Good to know, though, because if they had it for the Flesh Gorger, that would have been a little tough, though we could double block it. But now we can kill the Flesh Gorger. We take 5, it would go to 12. Though we might just double block Flesh Gorger, honestly. And just trade one creature for one. That's probably fine. And just hold on to the Infernal Grasp for something better to come along. And by doing it this way, if they did have one of those things that would save it, when they target it, we could target it with an Infernal Grasp. So, it wouldn't have been the worst thing. Vault Sleeper, sure. I can do that, sure. This is all during their end step, or their second main phase, actually. Alright. Alright, guess that's as good a target as any. Don't need them getting extra cards being at 18 life. Alright, come on. Any token maker here. Alright, you know what? Go for a throat. That's fine. Like, we just drew the removal. Let's go. I mean, that's a big pile of damage. Way more than lethal next turn. Gix and... Gotta be Gix and something. Well, they could still block on the ground. Hey, look, we found a Rabble Rousing. Finally, like 8 days later. Yeah, sure. Attack. Attack. Hey, we're attacking with everything. F it. Whatever. They're all going to be big. We have infinite blockers. Alright, it did what it was supposed to. Okay, sure, why not? I'm into it. Alright, we'll pass. We have no idea what we're up against here at the moment. What is that? Okay, it taps and adds mana, but they can only play artifacts with it. Okay, well that's unfortunate, because these can't punch past that. So that kind of sucks. I mean, we could spin Iganjo or whatever, but I'll just wait. See if we can kill it with an Infernal Grasp next turn. Hopefully they don't ramp into something really big here. Boarded Windows. That makes everything -1 that attacks him? At the beginning of each end step, if you were dealt 4 or more damage this turn, you exile. Okay, well, that's a thing. Like, respect to the opponent. Don't know what to make of that, but it is a thing that exists. I could attack just to draw a card instead of make a body, but I don't think I will. Yeah, so whenever we're attacking them, they get a -1. So, wouldn't do anything, but this way, when we get our +1, we'll have a bunch of 2/2s, and that's probably better. To the point that I'm tempted to hold on to this in case there's a sweeper or something, and I'll probably just play Kaya. That's a pain in the butt, but okay. Sure. That doesn't particularly help us. I was thinking about what can we do with it, but there's not much there. But we can give something +1 and Death Touch. So, let's do that. Oh, it's just creatures I control get Death Touch on the turn. Wait. Oh, on up to 1. It has to be a token creature. I never knew that, actually. I thought it was just on a creature.
Fighting the undead is my specialty.
That is interesting. I don't know why I never noticed it was a token creature, but here you go. I mean, Go for the Throat's pretty bad against a deck that's trying to make a bunch of artifacts. So now we kind of have to hustle to do whatever we're trying to do. However, they now have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, and that's not good for us. That, however, could be very good for us. Though, here's an interesting thing. I don't even know if it's worth it to get rid of the 2/4s as much as it is to just get rid of one of these things, right? The Power Stones. Which is kind of wild. Because this gives all my stuff Death Touch anyway, so let's just +1. It can be this, I guess. Oh, it has to be a token again. We'll attack. I mean, all my stuff has Death Touch. So you block or you don't. Whatever. I mean, if you're going to block, at least block something else that you're going to kill, right? Oh, yeah. Why would you not? I mean, I guess my 1/2... Yeah, okay. That's weird. I am going to go ahead and get rid of one of these. Target a non-land power. I'm trying. Okay, there it goes. And get rid of one of these duders. And we'll end the turn. Alright, Celestis. That'll probably be our next target. Alright, +1.
Just how I
We will attack.
You got this.
Oh, you know what? That was dumb. Nah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't have had enough. I'd have been shorts. I was just thinking I could have got rid of the boarded up windows or whatever. But let's go ahead and target that. And we'll sack a token. Alright. Wasn't the best hand, but Kaya and crew is trying to do all the work here. Yep, we're all good. Alright. Weird game, but I'll take it. Alright, we'll keep it. Looks like we're just going to play a rogue Ellis out there all by himself, which is probably going to die to, like, cut down or something. But, you know, life is what it is. Yep, Ellis, sucks to be you, friend. I mean, good news is we do have Wandering Emperor, we've got Redeemers, so we have some stuff we can do even if Ellis dies, so it's fine, I guess. Oh, wait, he didn't immediately die. Hold up. Oh, they're going to be doing some Reanimator shenanigans, though. That ain't cool. Alright, well, now we know some things. Think we're going to attack. They're not blocking there, obviously. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. Good news is they are going to have to take some damage from their black lands if they want to do anything. So that does help us out a little. Yeah, we're definitely blocking. Force them to do something there. And open up the options for us to use Wandering Emperor, which is also important. Drain the opponent again, put them to 15. What else we got? Nothing else. I like that. We like the way that goes. Alright. So we're going to attack. Get a creature. Don't kill our Ellis. Leave him alone. He ain't done nothing to you. Oh, you should have done that beforehand. Though that does make our next turns a little bit worse, because I was actually hoping to get bigger creatures from the Sarah Redeemer, but that's not going to be a thing now. Though I was kind of hoping they might pump their sleeper during our instep and then draw a card during a turn, take all that extra damage, but they didn't do that either, so they're not really playing the game plan we want them to play. But not the end of the world. We can instep Wandering Emperor, Titania, that's fine. There's not enough things in the yard yet to worry about. But does have Secret Reach, which kind of sucks for us. Alright, we're going to probably just put a +1 on Alice, since you have First Strike and Death Touch. So that seems okay.
People must contend with me.
And now it's protected from future cutdowns. I would like to draw some other spells, though, deck. That would be cool. Yeah, we're just going to let this dude get in there. Because, you know, First Strike and Death Touch is an awesome combination. Whoa, you get back here, little token. And that token was ready to jump in that fight. I had to slow down a second. Thought because he had his big bully friend with him, he was just going to march on in there. Alright, gain another life. We need our token makers. Would be great. Anything that made a bunch of tokens here would be cool. Obviously, Rabble Rousing would be the pick. However, we might be about to get reanimated. No. I thought maybe we were. I was about to see a reanimated Titan, but that didn't happen. Yeah, I'm not really interested in blocking. Like, you do whatever you're going to do here, opponent.
I'm not impressed.
Yep, you got a Shieldred. Sounds great. Opponent's at 8, so like, Like, do we just plus here and attack again for 4? I mean, we're just drawing lands. We've literally drawn no spells this game since our opener, I don't think. And they're so close to getting a Titan back. That's the rough part here. And plussing this doesn't do anything. Making a 3/3, a 4/4, I guess. Does that matter? I guess it's a matter, will the opponent trade for Shieldred? And is that better? I don't know that it is. God. I almost feel like we have to, though, to make this a game still. So, sure. This sucks, but alright. I mean, if they just reanimate Shieldred, we're screwed anyway. Like, what are we going to do about it? Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it's what it is. I mean, I felt like if we plus, they were just going to trade it for Thalia, or for Titania, and that wasn't any better.
May your blade strike true.
Ah, man, any spells would have been great there. Man, I'd have given almost anything to draw a Rabble Rousing. Would have been super sweet. Dig up. Well, now I'd probably just dig up for a land at this point. No, they're playing the Cleave. No, they're not even playing the Cleave. Yeah, they are playing the Cleave cost. Maybe you're going to go get a removal card for something. I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen. I'm very interested in this choice. I mean, could kill a Redeemer, I guess. Could kill a token. If we draw a Rabble Rousing, I think we're solid. Even if they... Well, I say that, because then they get a Titan and just get rid of the Rabble Rousing. So, we'd only get one good use off of it. That's not the best. Opponent is only at 8, so they're likely not attacking here. Oh my gosh. Really? Really? Oh, bruh. Wow. That's 9 levels of painful. So what do we do here? We attack, they block, they get Titan back next turn. And then what do we do, right? I guess we just make a 4/4 and hope for the Rabble Rousing and try to just max our value. It's the only thing I can think of here. But this is sad. Like, we've only drawn lands this game. Like, genuinely nothing else. I guess, as it turns out, I should have made the play to protect the Ellis. I was thinking we'd draw any other spell at this point would have allowed us to end the game, you know? Anything that would have made 2 tokens, would have made some 3/3s or whatever, that would have been plenty. Like, just, bad situation. Yeah, just get your Titan, opponent. You got your 7 lands. That's what you were waiting on. Just go get it. Put us out of our misery. I generally don't feel like we should even be in this game. Like, having not drawn a real spell. Okay, well, that's a thing, I guess. They didn't get their Titan. Why? I mean, yeah, kill Wandering Emperor. I'm not going to protect it. Huh.
I'll be back.
Oh, are you kidding? This is the most unbelievable thing. Like, we've drawn... What's that? What turn is it, right? We've drawn a land every turn. Like, we genuinely can't win now. Like, GG's. Like, we literally... Wow. Wow, this is probably the first time I've ever had this happen in Arena. 2, Yeah, we had 2 in our opener. 3 in our opener. And drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I think this is a keep. Even though we're on the draw, I think what I'm going to hope for is to stick a Resolute Reinforcement on there. Oh, we're playing against mono blue? No, well, it's mono blue, but normally you don't see a Bank Buster. That is different. Okay. So we're going to see if we can get this resolved on their turn. I doubt we'd get to kill a Bank Buster, so I'm not even going to make that a focus. We have double Ellis. This is kind of intriguing. Like, if we Ellis first... Alright. I assume they're just playing a bunch of counters here. Using the Bank Buster to draw cards and stay loaded on counters. That's fine. I actually kind of wanted that to, instead of the Wedding Announcement, to get hit, but we'll see. These decks also play stuff like Negates and whatever, so kind of have to keep that in mind too. So I think here our plan is going to be go for Wedding Announcement, even though it's likely to be countered. And then see if we can Ellis and Rite of Oblivion next turn, potentially. I'm going to be really surprised if there's no counter to that. Okay. We do get a card. We don't get a token, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping it was, or expecting it to get countered. So, and then we got the worst case scenario. If we're going to draw a card, I'd rather it be a land than anything here. They're digging, though. So I wonder what's going on. That, and we didn't get a white land. Wow. That's very unfortunate. Though we do have the ability to Jadar plus maybe Rite of Oblivion, so that's a thing. Yeah, let's attack. And I think our plan is going to see if we can draw into more removal. Go with this. Make disappear on this one. Yep, sounds good. All right, more creatures is not bad either. I mean, if that's the alternative, we'll take it. Opponent is digging here. What is mono blue doing? This is interesting. I don't think I've played against mono blue that actually plays Bank Buster. So that in and of itself is already a bit different. And now I'm not all that attached to playing the Rite of Oblivion, whereas we'd rather wait for Haudijin or one of the Serpents or something else to show up. Though there's freaking Hull Breakers. So this deck's way different than I was expecting. Oh boy. We got surprised. And not in a good way. Alright, well, I guess we're attacking? Obviously you're not interested in trading. Would we want to try to Rite of Oblivion this? I don't think so. But there's also the chance that, like, if we get them to counter on their turn, maybe we draw land for this, or... Alright, let's end the turn. We're going to get a card anyway. Let's see what happens. It was not a removal card, and it was not a Plains. Like, doubly bad for us. Ugh. That's awful. We needed to draw removal, or we need to draw Plains. Like, getting neither one really hurts here. I should probably just resolve the enforcements there, honestly. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, Ellis has Death Touch, so I don't know. Maybe we attack with that anyway. More swamps. Wow. This did not go according to plan at all. And everything we have needs white land. Oh. Oh. What do we do? I mean, Rabble Rousing would obviously be amazing, but I don't think that's going to happen. Opponent's at 10. What can we really do here? I don't know what we can even resolve that. I guess we try this. I mean, make disappear makes them sacrifice a token? We could at least, I was going to say, at least give stuff like Death Touch, but that'd have been the best thing we could do. Attacking here just to get 4 damage in, 6 damage in. And they lose either Terror or Bankbuster. I mean, I guess. I hate it, but sure. Hope they don't have a Fading Hope. I mean, there's really nothing else here. Yeah. I mean, that's all we can do. I mean, it's not great, but it does drain the opponent to 3. I mean, they're not in position to attack, so that's some good news. Alright, that might help. Though I would have given my kingdom for just a plains. Okay, how do we go about this? Opponent's at 3. What can we do? We could target... Either way, whatever we try to kill, they'll this is not easy. They have 4 cards left. And there's a chance one of them is probably something like Hullbreaker, which they're still 1 mana away from. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what is the best plan here without this second plains. We know we want to try to kill something. We have 22 life, so we're not worried about that. It's just, do I want to target this and then try to go after a Bankbuster? And maybe set them up for next turn. That gives us 4 mana, but then we can't do anything with the mana that's left. Alright. I am just going to target this. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, can't do nothing about it. And I don't think I want to sacrifice anything here. We'll just let the opponent draw. I mean, I could have tried going after the Terror. But it's kind of 6 one way, half a dozen another. And it would have cost me a body. Okay, opponent is there. And they chose not to draw a card. I wonder if they were worried about us having removal, which makes me feel like they only have 1 counter. And it maybe costs 3 mana. Though now, they might have Hullbreaker. And we still did not draw. Wow, oh, this is the worst. We have, like, of the multi-lands, we have like 8 multi-lands. We have 10 other white sources. So we have 18 in the deck and did not find a second one. Holding a Wandering Emperor, which would have been great. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. What do we do with this? I guess this is it. We got to try, right? I mean, if they do this, they can't play Hullbreaker if they counter. And if their plan is play Hullbreaker, then so be it. We still get to attack for 3. I mean, if they have a Fading Hope, that sucks. Because then they could block, Fading Hope a thing, take 2. Okay, so they're going to dissipate. Draw a card. And I guess they're just looking for Fading Hope. Alright, we got to try. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Oh, they didn't. Wow. 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 Ugh. I mean, we'll keep this because it's playable, but it's about all we can really say about it. Alright, picking up Infernal Grass is a little more positive. Anything we need to kill? Oh, Rootwire Amalgam. We might. I don't know. Let's pass. Let's see if we need to kill something. Or at least attempt to. Oh, Fight Rigging. That's going to be a nuisance. Sure. We probably just have to try to kill that. Oh, you know what? They're probably going to play the big 6/6 thing next turn. That's pretty disappointing. We can't even kill it with this. Because I think it has Ward on it. Yeah, if so, I think we're just toast if there's anything good on there. Okay, fortunately they didn't have it, so that's a little bit of a reprieve. But they are leaving 2 cards on top, drawing one of them. One of which is a land. And a Root Coil Creeper. Alright. Not much we're going to do about that. Alright, that creeper's big. Okay, well, dang it. We keep drawing cards that change what we want to do here. 6 mana. What can you do with 6 next turn? Probably make our lives tough if they have a festival. That would suck. I guess we have to just go for the throat that. Can't let them have the mana, unfortunately. But, again, if they play their big 6/6, we're kind of toast anyway. We're pretty limited on this draw. Yep, there it is. Alright, GG's. Yep. You got it. Show me Big Titan or something. Alright, that works. Okay, I guess we kind of have to keep this. It's not bad enough to get rid of. So we're going to roll with it. Okay, well, that slows us down a little bit. Probably going to want to kill some things. Misery Shadow. Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this on the Shadow now. If we Kaya and +1, that moves Kaya to 4. I mean, even if they pumped, they'd only put Kaya down to 1. Alright, we'll pass. Let's see what they do. I mean, we just still have a removal card. What I was thinking, though, was mana-wise. Next turn, we have a lot of combinations of 4 that we can use. And that's kind of it. Let's see, Liliana. Nope, it wasn't Liliana. Thought maybe it could be, but it wasn't. I'm going to go ahead and kill that, even though I'm going to regret this whenever they play their Shieldred or whatever next turn, because of a draw like that. Yep. All right, let's see it. Oh, it wasn't. I was going to say, my greed could have got the best of me there. I mean, I got to do something. One of these probably dies to a cut down. I don't even get to kill their underdog, probably. Yep. Oh, go for the throat. Yeah, opponent could have waited till I blocked. But, sure. This is kind of interesting. I mean, do we... Ugh. We play Kaya and just let her die? Man, it's not great, but... Alright, I guess we just do this instead. If their hand's removal cards, there ain't nothing we're gonna do about it, right? I'm just trying to figure out a world where we get out of trouble. And here we could possibly play like Ellis... Play Kaya, minus Kaya, attack, make another token, make 2 tokens. Well, there you go. Like I said, they had the removal, so it didn't matter. We had no real outs there. Yep, you got it, opponent. No blocks. Yep, looks like it's a bit late. We can pass, go down to 2 or something here, unless they drew another removal card, which it looks like they probably did. Nope. Alright. Cool. We're jump blocking with this token we held on to for a while. This kind of works. Alright. This is a little bit of something. Like, weird start to a comeback trail, but you know what? We gain a life. It's a 3/3. Like, okay. This is starting to look like a little bit of something. There's a Shieldred, but we get to gain a little bit of life back. Not a lot, but enough that we can at least make this respectable. I mean, if you attack with the 4/4 opponent, yeah, I still got to block. Like, you know, it is what it is. And when we drain them for 1, I don't know if that counts for anything, but, you know, it's something. An interesting thing here is we could Kaya to +1 a token. Oh. You're a body that might matter. Though I think we have to minus Kaya. So we get 2 tokens to gain 2 life. They each come into play as 4/4s. Well, 3/3s. Because if we just play this, we make a token that doesn't really achieve anything, I don't think. So let's go ahead and minus.
You can't fight all of us.
No attacks. The other benefit here is we're at least somewhat protected from... oh, what is that last card? I was going to say we're at least somewhat protected from Invoke Despair. I say somewhat because we are at 6 life and they have a pile of creatures, so we can't overestimate that. Flesh Gorger, you're going to be a pain. Fortunately, they weren't patient enough to wait till it was bigger. But that means this game is going to extend quite a bit because they also now have extra life gain beyond Shieldred here. If they attack, we probably are double blocking with tokens, as much as I don't want to. But it's probably the correct play here. So we just get that out of the way. Like, if they have a kill spell and want to kill a token, that's fine. Whatever. I feel like if they had one, though, they would have killed one of our other creatures. So I'm not that concerned about it. Alright, makes sense. Oh, a backup Kaya. That's kind of cool. Does that change anything? Like, maybe? So we can +1 this. Oh, we can't because it has to be a token. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. So we can just give stuff Death Touch here, and that's it. So all I can really do is either... Yeah, I think it's just play another Kaya and make 2 tokens. That's a little sad. Alright. I think it's the right play here, though.
By the look of you, this should be a quick job. Ooh,
No attacks.
part of an angry mob before.
And now they're 4/4s, so that matters. I may end up having to risk it for the biscuit on Gix to see if we can find a removal card for Shieldred. Like, just attack with our flyer. Might be our only real answer. Or find something else that makes a lot of tokens, obviously. But we almost have enough bodies to still make a go of this. And at least now we're not as worried about the Flesh Gorger. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess you have another Shieldred, but like, what are we going to do, right? Yep, here comes another. That's usually how it goes. Oh, they didn't have one. Really now? Well, that's something. Oh, that would use all of our black mana. We don't want to do it. Why would you do that, Arena? Why would you use the black mana and leave us nothing else? That seems so bad. I think the play here, though, has to be... I just don't know if we can risk it. We're only at 6. This is only a 4/4. We gain a life, go to 7. I'm just trying to figure out how, if there's a way we can get out of this. I don't know that we can. Alright, I feel like I'm going to tap this, this, and this. Play this. We gain a life. I think I'm just going to attack with this Redeemer. And honestly, I'm just going to draw a card and hope we find something that we can cast. Because if it's nothing relevant... Okay, hey, that's huge. That is one of the best things we could probably draw here. So sure. All right. So that gets us 2 life and 2 4/4s. Like, this is actually really big. And the opponent may think they're just going to punch through here. And this becomes a situation because if we can actually survive this, we might be able to attack back for lethal. Yeah, I think they're going for it here. They're saying, all right, I'm going to make this Misery Shadow big enough that you don't have a good block. So all I have to do is block 5. Well, block to where we stay at 5. Which means one of these has to block Misery Shadow. Oh, not even, because we get 2 life. Great. Still doesn't change enough. Oh, no, but they do gain 3. So, scratch that. Alright, so we'll block here. Block here. Block here. Oh, we would take 8 then, though. That would suck. Don't want to do that. That would be bad. Man, do I just want to trade for Misery Shadow at this point? That's kind of rough. I don't think we can. I want to. I really want to, but I don't think we can. I think we block there and there. And then just take 5. I hate it, but it's probably right. Alright, here's hoping. We gotta attack. Attack? Do I attack with 2 things? We can't even afford to attack with 2 things, can we? Well, it has to be a body anywhere, we're dead. So, I guess... Well, no, because we know they can play one of those. That sucks. I guess if we're going to attack with anything, it should be our smallest thing. Toughness-wise. It's alright. Okay, hey, it's a thing. We're still cooking. This is the most random way to stay in a fight, but hey, I'm gonna take it. All right, we're at 4. Oh, this is crazy. All right, and we knew underdog was an option, so, you know, it is what it is. They're going double underdog here. Well, double underdog isn't even that scary. Yeah, an opponent scoops. Somehow we won. Okay, as I suspected, we were getting a little too cute with a few cards. And honestly, the deck was kind of on the cusp of playable. Now, I want to let you know, I don't know if I mentioned it in one of the games you watch or whatever, but I did concede several games, so I don't have to watch me play against a bunch of mono black, mono red over and over again. So some of those may not make the video, but I just literally conceded those games on like turn 2 or 3. So to that end, we do need stuff to sustain those mono black matchups and those mono red matchups just a little bit more. And we have a few cards that don't really facilitate that and also aren't great in some of the other matchups either. And one of those cards is actually Jadar, believe it or not. It's just not great, right? We're not able to block with the token because it's decayed. Really, even against like soldiers, after like turn 3 or 4, you never even really get to attack with the 2/2. So unless we have something like Ellis or whatever that's maybe getting some incremental value, we really aren't getting anything out of it. So I'd rather just cut this altogether. It wasn't really doing anything. Interestingly, Serra Paragon loses some of its value whenever you have access to Hero of the Dunes. Now, obviously, we can do this every single turn, and it is a 3/4, and it flies, so I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but I think the way this version is built, even for just wanting to have some other stuff under the Rabble Rousing, we'd rather just have some other bigger, better cards. And in this case, I think if we cut the Paragon and played another Serra Redeemer, this would be way bigger, because the impact that Serra Redeemer had on the games when we drew it, even if it stuck for one turn, being able to turn 2 or 3 tokens into like 4/4s or bigger was huge, right? So we can't really just ignore that. Like I would like to have those as solid hits for something under the Rabble Rousing. Now it does mean we end up with 7 things at 5+, which is a bit concerning. I'm not going to lie, but we are playing, what, 25 lands or something, I think? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Is that right? 8, 14, 24, 25. All right. I don't know why I counted 26. But maybe it does need to have a 26 land. That said, I also think I want to cut Gaia. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Kaya specifically helped us win one game. But that's one game. You know what I mean? Like, don't read too much into it whenever a card overperforms, underperforms. Like, you kind of have to just say, take the total package of what does this card do. And while it is nice to double up our tokens, realistically, if this is just a better card, we're not in the situations where we have to worry about that. And I discovered that the +1 isn't for any creature, it's only for a token creature. So that also kind of devalues it a little bit. So I'm willing to cut those. Now that leaves us with 3 spots. I think what I want to do is actually play the White Adversary here. I think is what we want to do. And maybe that eats up all 3 of those spots. We could go to 61 because we do that periodically. I would not be opposed to that, especially if we're worried about mono black, mono red type matchups and being something else to pump our tokens and a thing we can get under the Rabble Rousing. Here, though, one of the things, too, I might want to do is cut a Gix. While Gix is nice, we never really had issue with cards, oddly. I think between being able to get stuff out of our graveyard, maybe find something with Rabble Rousing, the other copies of Gix, being able to use Wedding Announcement, as much as having extra cards is nice, I don't think that was too much of our problem usually. I felt like when we had a lot of tokens, we were kind of just winning anyway, and that was before we had stuff like Adversary. So I'm even willing to cut 1 Gix here. And truthfully, I like Rabble Rousing. I don't know if we could do without it or not, but we do like Serra Redeemer. We do like Hero of the Dunes. Both of those help us achieve what we want. I think I would also like to cut a Rabble Rousing and maybe add an Ellis and add an Adeline. And I think those actually both help almost significantly more. And what it does is it brings down the average casting cost of the cards in the deck. So we're not as hurt playing those 6/5 mana plus things, right? We have more things to cast at 2 and 3 more consistently. And I think that'll help out a lot too. So this is probably closer to the version I would go with if you do want to play this deck. And again, you could go up an additional Adversary if you're willing to go to 61 cards. I do it quite a lot. Doesn't bother me at all. Maybe you want that extra Gix. That's a spot you could put it. But I think this is going to be generally better than what we were playing in today's video. So yeah, I think through playing the games, actually, like, overall the deck actually is able to win some weirdly long games. I think you're going to struggle still, oddly, and this is weird saying this about a tokens list. I think the previous version struggled a bit, probably in some control matchups, because you do have to sneak some stuff through early and then hold a lot back and hope they don't hit the right counters. But maybe that's just the nature of playing against control decks. What I would probably fear most with this is, you know, just something that's playing a pile of sweepers, right? Even though you are able to make tokens, it is a little tough. And with the version we changed to, we do have some situations where we might get like an extra Adeline in hand or an extra Ellis that we can't cast. But I do like having the option to just roll more of those out, and we have more things that gain life that can draw some of those matchups out against the aggro decks, which I think is more important because a lot of the control decks do still fall to mono black or mono red right now. So I would rather hedge against the black and the red decks more than I would the control decks, and I think that's what we've done with the final version. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Ethereal Absolution. This is kind of an expensive casting cost on a card, but it is actually very cool and very useful. And the fact that it pumps your team and decreases everything else. And this is a really good card for something like Commander, right? Because it's all your opponent's stuff gets smaller, which means you will sometimes also kill off their tokens or prevent them from making 1/1 tokens, which is great. And all your stuff's going to be bigger. But even as an added bonus, if they have any cool combat or graveyard tricks, you'll be able to remove stuff from their graveyard and actually make 1/1s for yourself, which will actually be 2/2s. So this is a very versatile card that I think people forget about sometimes, and honestly, it's not very expensive. If you want to pick one up, I think they're like 30 to 50 cents in a lot of places. And even if you want one of the special ones or a foil one or whatever, you might only be out a couple of dollars. So very cool card to add to your deck if you hadn't seen one of these before. Now, if you enjoyed today's deck and you like putting spin on different colors, try out this Is It Werewolves deck, because it was way better than it should have been and plays a lot of sweet cards. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.